Testing, testing, test 1, 2.
And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Reef at Oceanside Collegiate Academy in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I am Tony Zarzaka with the coach, Chris Harrison, and Angie Gregory on the camera to my left. And we are back for back-to-back nights of lacrosse. So the land coach, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Just did some construction work.
Yeah, we had to fix the scaffolding that has the OLAC sign in the distance there. So our talents know no bounds.
Yes, we are the jacks of all trades.
We've got about 4 minutes to game time. Quick recap from last night. We took a lashing from the Lampert team that was in here, the Longhorns. So the Horns came in here and hooked us.
Yeah.
And then they went to Lucy Beckham today, and they beat them pretty good. I understand it was 12-2 there. So it was not a fluke last night.
It was a double Mount Pleasant goring.
It was a double Mount Pleasant goring, and they are on their way back to Metro Atlanta, I assume. So tonight we welcome in the Cambridge Bulldogs.
Bears.
Bears. Okay, I knew it was starting
Bears.
with a B. So the Cambridge Bears, another Metro Atlanta team, very competitive down there. Coming up here to visit us in Mount Pleasant on a magnificent night. Angie has your magnificent sunset on camera there as the sun peaks down and will give way to our stadium lights here at the Reef. Don't know much about this team, Coach, but I did get a chance to talk to their coaches, Mac and Andy Pons, father-son team. Pretty cool.
That is cool.
They've been coaching this team for 5 years.
I think we're rolling to the anthem here quickly.
We are heading to the anthem fairly quickly. And I'll keep talking until they go live with it. But so the Bears come in here. As I asked every coach, describe your team in one word. Who's the identity? He said they are grinders. So after the ride we saw last night, we'll see how that pans out. So
let's hope they don't grind any harder than the Longhorn team last night. That's for sure.
I think that would be very difficult. Let's have the anthem, and we'll be back with live lacrosse in 3 minutes.
Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or the fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Be loud, be proud, and be positive. At this time, we ask you to please remove your hats and please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And we are back. Thank you for the anthem. Let's get it on. It's almost time for live lacrosse. 1 minute to go to face off. The referees are making their way to the center line. Our announcer, Steve Renicki, who's an Oceanside staple. He does all the sports here. We appreciate him and his talents.
I think his house is in the scaffold over there.
Yeah, he may actually live somewhere on the premises here.
Right.
He's kind of like Schneider from One Day at a Time. He's
Right.
just always around.
Right.
Dating myself with that. So, at any rate, we've got an Oceanside Collegiate Academy team that's 1-4 coming into tonight, and it's been a tough weekend for Oceanside lacrosse. The girls went 0-2 up in and broke their unbeaten streak. They got beat up a little bit up in North Carolina. They played Weddington last night and got worked pretty good there. And then Providence Day took them to the shed today. So a tough couple days, and, of course, our loss last night. coming off the win Tuesday at AC Flora. So a lot of emotion. I'm sure it was interesting in your house last night, as was it in mine and Angie's house. There's a lot of discussion. Kids are wanting to do something. These kids want to win, and they want it bad. So with each mounting loss comes that desire, and let's hope we see that on the field today. Any keys for you today? What can we improve on?
Well, Tony, I've talked about it several games now. I think we need to be the team that sets the tone early. The game that we did that against Flora, we just exhibited and controlled and played the kind of game we want to play. The other games this year, unfortunately, we've let the other team kind of start to dictate, and then you find yourself playing their brand of lacrosse the whole game. So I think we want to come out here. I think winning possession's obviously a key. First possession's big, and setting a good, go down, have a nice controlled offense, hopefully score. I think you do that, the shoulders drop, things calm down, and you let the game come to you after that.
Well, and I think that's great analysis, and of course, it's tough to look at last night and kind of, that was a team. I mean, that was a 7A Metro Atlanta, Georgia team, 7-time state champion at 7A. Basically, that was a college team that rolled in here, and so to judge our boys against that might be a little unfair for a 4A team here in South Carolina.
Well, 8 of them are going to be playing at the college level next year. Maybe not starting, but they're good enough to be playing at the college level. So essentially, it was like playing a college team, and it definitely showed in that game. Yeah,
we went 0 for on the faceoff dot, and as we line up with Cole the Clamp, he's got someone roughly his size. That's number 8, Carter Solomon, out there at the faceoff dot, and Cole a little better effort there. He's chasing after it. Carter comes away with it, and the Bears are going to set up shop in the Oceanside end. Over to number 12, Michael Guy. The defense is squared up. There's a shot and a goal early. Gets by a ground ball, gets by Gavin Harrison, number 10 here. So it's going to be 1-0 Cambridge at the 11:37 mark. And what I really hope is that the boys aren't saying, oh, boy, here we go again.
Right. That's why I think that first goal is so crucial. But it's over now. Now it's just time to pick up the underwear here and pull them tight and let's go. Tony, I want to interrupt here. I did a bad thing last night. I ignored 2 very special people in my life. My little niece and nephew are tuning in from Houston. My nephew, who's 7, is an aspiring lacrosse player. He just got his new gear and getting ready to play. So Lakin and CJ, hello from South Carolina. We miss you. We wish you were here. And glad you guys are tuning in from Houston and cheering on your cousin.
Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you, and hope you got a little watch party going on there. We are back live. We've got 11:25 and ticking down. The Bears are back in the Oceanside end. There was a procedure issue on the faceoff dot for Cole. So the Clamp is 0 for 2 here and working to get better at that. We ask a lot of that young man on the dot as a freshman. Up against some very stiff competition for the first time in his career. Peanut Seaton going to work on number 12 there, Michael Guy. He seems to be a big part of their offense. Again, we don't know a ton about this Bears team. Met with the coaches, and they're great guys. Excited to be here. And there's 2-0. Number 24, that's Jack Topner. Sorry, folks, we're just a couple of dads. We're going to butcher some names here. On the lineup card, and I did check the accuracy of the lineup card with Coach Pons, and I think we're as accurate as we're going to be. So we've got 2-0 Cambridge at 10:52 to play in the first.
I think that's one when Gavin watches his back later, he's going to want back. He had a pretty good sight line on that, and it looks like it just snuck around his cross there. So 2-0, 10:51.
Got to have a short memory. Cole pops it out. And there it goes right to MJ. Magic's in the game. Over to Carter Gregory, and the Land Sharks are in business. Okay, back to Ian.
It's like the ball is magnetized to him sometimes. It's amazing.
A little bobble there by Kamikaze Costa. He finds some real estate, gets it out to Carter. Yeah. Oceanside trotting on the team here.
Nice job fielding that low pass there for Costa.
So the trigger's out there. Titus the trigger, over to Jackson Hyman, back to Carter Gregory. Over to the trigger. Oceanside wheeling it around, feeling out that defense, see who's going to move. Jackson's got a lot of room here.
In my talk with some of the players, Tony, I heard they wanted to move the ball around the outside with a little more pace tonight. So let's see if they're able to make that happen.
Yeah, let's see if we can do that. Okay, back to Carter Gregory, over to the Trigger. Trigger takes a peek inside, didn't like it. Back over to Costa. Costa's trying to dodge. Can't get by the pole. Got a little bit of room, drew the slide. Jackson Hyman off to the races. There, we got a goal. Jackson Hyman from Caden Costa. And the Land Sharks are on the board, so it's going to be, the scoreboard says two. Now they got it right. So it's 1-2, 9:39 to play, and that was huge, really, to give the boys a good possession and get them into a rhythm here, hopefully, where they can feel comfortable moving the ball around, and that that's a big boy in goal, number 14, Jack Wildstein, which is a very cool name.
He's barely fitting under that crossbar there.
Yeah, he's going to hit his noggin on it. Okay, so we've got Cole's back out here. Kimker over to our side. Peanut Seaton on the far wing. The defense taking a deserved blow over there, back there, right this minute. Cole gets it. Over to Peanut, and we've got a possession. Oh. And promptly throw that away. Peanut, errant pass into Carter or MJ. I couldn't see who.
A little too much for MJ to handle there. And let's see if Oceanside makes it a struggle for these guys to get upfield here.
All right, let's see what the ride looks like. Ian Long, who's fearless. He's all over number 20, the defender there. That's Zach Davidson.
I'm liking this, Tony. This is good. This is aggressive.
There's a ball, gets deflected by MJ. MJ doing MJ things on the defensive side of things. Ball's up. It's anybody's ball. Silas Gillum comes down with it. The Land Sharks are back in business.
Looking like a center fielder there.
Silas is looking for a place to go. He promptly throws it to the Bears. There's a roll on the ground. Ball's loose. Costa picks it up. Over, back, gets deflected. Ball's on the ground, a little bit sloppy with the ball. Everybody, both teams in the early going here. The ride is heavy. Number 24 trucking downfield, Jake Topner. I'll get it right.
Unfortunately, Tony, we've had some opportunities here, and we've squandered them. So Oceanside's got to take advantage of those when they come their way. We got an early timeout here, it looks like.
All right, let's take advantage of the timeout. If it's good with you, we will hit some sponsors early on here. When we get wrapped up in the game, sometimes we neglect that, so we want to get back to the sponsors.
I guess it'd help if I put them up there.
Welcome in all the audiences. Local sponsors here, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing of Charleston, my shameless plug that I do every night. Call the pros if you need plumbing services, Benjamin Franklin Plumbing of Charleston. Bowline Wealth Management, Coastal Millwork and Supply, Fast Trans Intermodal, Longshore Boats, McDonald's, Saltwater Rides, SGKA Investments, the Charleston Design Center, Thomas Supply Company, Axis Endurance Coaching, Charleston Elite Lacrosse, Lolax Lacrosse, Matzo Deli, Jersey Mike's Subs. Who fed the Sharks today, Angie?
Their moms.
The moms fed the Sharks today. Okay, so the Feed the Sharks crew was off today.
Most of the moms didn't get the day off today.
Yeah, so. AJ ate before he left. So with the Saturday afternoon game and no school, everybody was on their own for food. Beacon Community Bank, Acme Low Country Kitchen, Playa Bowls, Rosebox, Hyman's, Long's, Funkadelics, Johnson's, Crable's, Hollingsworth, Gregory's, and Harrison. Got them all in.
You got to like sprint to get that in a timeout. Here.
Well, we're grateful for the sponsors, and we have a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's great.
So thank you to everybody that booked these sponsors. Okay, ball's whistled in. Number 2's got it. That's going to be Josh Oblin. Josh feeds it back to number 7, Patrick. I'm not even going to say that name. He's Patrick.
Boychik.
Okay, somebody helped us out back there. Thank you. All right. Patrick, he's going to be Patrick for the rest of the night. Patrick wheels it around. Back out to Oblin at the top, almost to the O. Silas Gillum backing him off there. Looking at, he gets his way. He's coming to his left. Feeds it inside. Number 12, Michael Guy. Didn't like what he saw. Gavin gets a piece of that at point-blank range, and Gavin's been good close to the net. He's having a little trouble with some of those long balls, Coach. But
yeah, it's kind of backwards sometimes how it is. But we just need him to be good, so we'll take it. He looked like he had more of the shaft and the helmet there involved.
Yeah, he's got a little spring in his step there, bringing out the ball for the clear. We're across midfield, so we've got a successful clear. We get the touch. That there, once again, one of those things we need to improve on and do. So the line out there is going to be Heineman, the Trigger, and Carter.
Down low we have MJ, Costa, and Long.
MJ getting a little beat up there by the defense, pushes it over to Costa, back out here to Ian Long, over to the trigger. The defense is spread wide. If that's the goal, then they've got what they want. Long pole on Carter, didn't like it. Over to Jackson Hyman at the top, over to Titus. Titus draws the double team, or it's coming. Didn't quite get there. Over to Jackson. Jackson looking, and Jackson's got two. Almost the exact same play.
I got to tell you, Tony, you love when Hyman heats up, and he just looks like he's that goal is about 12 by 12 to him tonight, and that's awesome. So great start here. Again, I think the ball movement is definitely more accurate, and I feel like we're seeing a little more pace to it than we saw last night.
Agreed.
That's a good thing.
We've got A.J. Zarzaka trotting off to run the wing over here, so the middies are changing up a little bit. Let's see what Cole can come up with. Peanut Seaton on his spot on the other wing.
Gorgeous sunset in the background.
Yeah, beautiful sunset going down, giving way to the stadium lights here at the Reef. There's a procedure on the Bears. A.J. Zarzaka is going to bring it in. He's getting enough room there, gets the touch, steps out.
Some reinforcements coming in from the side.
Carter Gregory coming in. I think we're light one guy in the zone here. Here comes the trigger. AJ's got to kind of kill a little time while we get personnel squared away. The pole's got Carter. Carter gets around the pole, and he's off to the races. Everybody's getting set up, turns it around, makes the skip pass to the trigger. He had a look at it, didn't like it. AJ up top, over to Carter. He's going to pick up a pick from AJ. Didn't quite get there. Carter gets undressed, and the Bears are coming the other way, fast break. Everybody's hoofing it downfield, 22 with a big rip, and Gavin gets a piece of it and denies him. That was 22, Zach Davidson on the shot. He had it wide open, one-on-one with the goalie, and Gavin is up to the task. So that's his third save tonight, Coach.
I think Gav may have got a little help from his best friend in the post there.
He'll take it.
We'll take it anytime.
I thought he got his foot on it, the way it bounced off of there.
Defense doing a nice job on their slides there, trying to minimize the effect of that fast break, and we'll see if Cambridge does anything in their settled offense here.
All right, the Cambridge Bears, 24. Jake Topner. There's an N in there. All right, number 22's got it. Zach Davidson, he's prowling around. 24, back to Topner. AJ's got to look at it. There's a big drive, hits number 7, goes wide of the net, and drills number 7, Patrick.
That was a laser.
Folks, if you're at home and you're watching the game, go ahead and like our page and do all the social media things you're supposed to do, and shoot us a note if you like what you hear. If you don't, well, keep that to yourself.
Yeah, we're busy checking our comments tonight. Last night we got a little frazzled with some technical difficulties yet again, but we're running smooth tonight.
All right, there was a lot of action in front of the net on the inbound, and gets one by Gavin, so it's 3-2. Cambridge over Oceanside, 5:11 to play. We've already matched our total from last night, so we're feeling pretty good about that. It's a back-and-forth game, and I don't mind that. I'm happy to see the action.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, I think we've had some opportunities here, and unfortunately we squandered them a bit. But as we get more of them, hopefully we can start taking advantage.
So Reese Meredith coming to the wing here. Carter Gregory on the other side. The clamp out at the dot. The ball's whistled in. The clamp gets it. Feeds it up to Carter. Carter's got it. Gets a little pick from Reese there. Reese gets back on sides, and here comes Middies.
Love Carter on the wing, Coach.
I do.
Tone. He's really good at finding that ball in the middle.
Yeah, well, Carter's good at just about everything.
Yeah, he's what you call an all-around player.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
for sure.
he's a Swiss Army knife. Okay, Carter's got it up top. Over to Gillum. Titus the trigger, surveying. Boys are holding the ball. Coaches are barking in signals. Jackson Hyman slowing down the pace of play here. There's something to that Coach Harris likes to let everybody get their breath, I guess, and really survey it and make a good decision. Bad pass from the trigger over to Costa. There's a fight for it at midfield. Carter comes away with it. Gregory starts pushing back upfield.
Nice cleanup there by the Oceanside squad. Good job on Seton reaching across that line and keeping the ball in play.
Ian Long gives a little shake and bake, pushes it out to the trigger. No harm, no foul on the pass to Costa. So we got the the big lefty in the game, the trigger. He's him and Carter, and there's a feed backwards off the. Is it in the net?
Wow.
And that's a goal.
I don't know what net he had to shoot at from that angle, but he found it back there.
And
I don't know if he kind of tapped that in off the goalie's back somehow. He looked like he was completely parallel with the net there.
I don't know, and that was a terrible piece of commentating on my part because I actually didn't know what to call it because I didn't know if it went in or not.
We don't. No offense to our moms, but we don't want to call a goal and have it be a mom goal on us. But
right.
Hey, we're 3-3 with 3:43 left.
All right, so we're knotted at 3. AJ on the wing on the far side. Reese Meredith. So more lineup changes. Okay, there's been a lot of lineup changes in the last 3 games. So Tom Harris and Colin Reich looking for matchups. Cole gets bulldozed. AJ comes away with it. He's got wheels turning. He's going to go in, get the touch. He's going to push it over to Ian. Ian Long back behind, feeds it to Costa. Costa comes around. He's got 23, big long pole on him. That's going to be there is no Grant Ward. I do have a 23 on my roster.
He is.
Trigger can't handle the pass. No harm, no foul. Doesn't go out of bounds. Back over to Carter, and the Oceanside squad will start again.
Definitely seeing some guys in intriguing positions tonight here, Tone. Some guys not in their usual spots on the offense, but
right.
See if Coach is making some adjustments here.
Well, and the coach has just about all the resources he's used to. Remember, we went on a skid there where we didn't have Ian and we didn't have MJ as he was concussed. Back behind the net to AJ. AJ makes a feed in front, and there's Ian.
Oh.
And still trying to clean it up. Ian had a bouncer, almost got his own rebound. Gillum comes away with it, and the Land Sharks are maintaining possession.
That's a great save by Wildstein in there. He got down on that, ate it up, and like you said, Ian Long almost getting a one-hand rebound there.
Carter Gregory wheels behind. He's back to X. AJ parked in front right on the crease. He's got traffic, looking to give Carter a way to go with it. Carter feeds it back to AJ. Back up top to the trigger. He's got a pole on him, can't get around it. He does get the shot off, and he's got the twine. That's a hat trick for him already in the first period. And the offense for the Land Sharks is cooking. Love it. 2:17 to play. Land Sharks take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, I think he needs one more, Tone, for the Hattie. I think Hyman has 2 and Trigger has 2 tonight.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that then.
You get to say it next time.
I can't wait.
Throw your hat in the middle of the field.
Let me come up with one of my good taglines for it when it happens. Here we go. Cole the Clamp's out there. Reese Meredith here. Looks like Silas Gillum on the other wing. And the Clamp is dialed in tonight.
Yeah, Cole definitely finding some more success tonight. Happy for him there.
After a brutal night for him last night, he keeps his composure. He ended up in the box last night. You could just see the frustration in the young man.
Certainly you can see it, and rightfully so. I mean, he just he looked like he was trying every which way and just couldn't get it to work. And first of all, he's a freshman. So when you come up here as a freshman, all of a sudden you're playing 4 years of age group, right?
Sure.
Whereas when you play travel and you're great at your position, you're great at your position against everybody your age.
Right.
So now all of a sudden he's up here going against some Goliaths in there, and it definitely makes it a little more challenging. But just think how he's going to grow in that position over these next 4 years. I mean, he's going to be a stud.
He's going to be great. So Oceanside, Cambridge comes in here heavily favored. They're another one of those Metro Atlanta big teams. They play in the same conference, division, whatever, that the Longhorns play in. So, I mean, it's that brand of lacrosse. Obviously a different team, a little more evenly matched here. You've got the Land Sharks, coming off of a difficult night with something to prove. And you've got, Cambridge coming in here after traveling all day. And working their way through the low country here.
There's definitely something in the water in Metro Atlanta, boy. I mean, some of these boys they send out here, I mean, we're talking some, as my son says, steak of men out there. And this Cambridge team, boy, they've got some large gents out there playing.
Yeah, so we're back from the timeout, and good timeout by Coach Harris because I think it was Ian over there. Whoever was getting mauled was able to maintain possession. We get the timeout. We get to start over. So we got Jackson Hyman. We got Jackson Hyman up top. Carter Gregory's going to inbound it from the far alley over to Jackson, over back close to us with the trigger, back to Jackson Hyman's going to spin it over to Carter. This defense doesn't press out nearly. I mean, the defense we saw last night was somewhat awe-inspiring.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, this defense definitely looks like they're not afraid to play aggressively, but doesn't seem to be to the level of the Horns last night.
Yeah, a couple of the boys went over to the Beckham game against the Horns today, and it was exact replay of last night. Jackson Hyman up top. We got some action here. He's looking for a place to go. I thought he was going to – sorry, Chris.
No, you're good. No, we got some action there. I was going to say, Tony, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There's no reason for the Horns to change anything with that defense.
No. I mean, everybody I talked to that watched that game last night was just – I mean, that was just a suffocating ride.
Yeah, they put a clinic on.
Ian gets around the pole. He's looking for a place to feed it. The pole picked his pocket. Now he's in trouble. They give him a little bit of room. There's a bobble. Ian hoofing after it. Back to the goaltender. They're going to be coming up on a failure to advance here shortly.
Oceanside staying aggressive on the ride here.
So MJ, again, you put MJ in this game, and it changes the attack structure. It gives you more options at midfield with Carter playing midfield. Now you've got him and AJ, and you've got a lot more options. Now we're going back to a more defensive posture. Silas Gillum comes trotting into the game full tilt. Big Sawyer Arnold, haven't said that name yet. He's running with number 24, Topner, around the back of the net. Up to 22 is Davidson. Back up top to 12, Michael Guy. Guy taking around. He's a big boy. He's a handful. Off the foot of number 9, Alberici, and it's a foot race, and Robo Reese is after it. And there's whistles over and back. So we're going to get possession with 12 seconds left.
So thanks to Art Feltman out there. I had my scoreboard backwards, so we corrected that. Oceanside is up in this game 4-3 right now. I had it backwards.
Thanks,
you
for the production assist. It's just the two of us here, and I don't do anything but talk, so it's really all on Chris.
It's my fault, definitely. We got double sevens, the old double sevens checking in. Hayden Daniels says Costa scoring 2 tonight. Book it.
All right, I'm taking that. That's a bet.
I don't know what the money line is on that, but I love the effort. That's for sure.
I like it. All right, and there's the Horn. So probably the best first quarter we've seen since last Tuesday. There's only been one other. It wasn't great. So thrilled to be going into the intermission here, up one goal, 4-3. Jackson Hyman's got 2. The Trigger's got 2. Is that what you're saying? The count
that is correct.
So feeling pretty good about that.
Put our sponsors up there.
And Steve's reading off the sponsors, so he's doing my job for me. I got to like that. All right, so I wonder.
Right. So Oceanside wins the quarter. I mean, if you're talking about things to build on, there you go. I think that's good. I think Oceanside's got to be happier with the way they're moving the ball on offense. And in all reality, I don't think our defense has really done anything wrong tonight. Couple good shots there on our goalie Gavin, and but Oceanside finds themselves with a 1-goal lead here going into the second quarter.
Well, and we got to feel good about it. We're going to be coming back from the quarter here. There was a couple stick checks there. Looks like we passed. I don't see any flags getting thrown. They had Titus's stick there that they were checking.
I feel like you hold your breath every time you see those guys reach for a stick.
Yeah. Because you don't really know. I mean, the kids play with these things every day. The strings come loose. I mean, you've strung many a stick in your life. And
you can literally check it before the game starts, and if you've got a busy first quarter, before you know it, that thing can actually loosen up on you. So
temperature, moisture, impact.
Yeah, these guys need to be checking them frequently because that's a tough penalty to take in a game.
I was like, we flip ends. Kimker on one wing, Robo Reese on the other. Getting the sponsors down there. Big hustle for the possession. Ball still loose. Running over to the sideline there. It's a polo match. They're smacking it around. There's a bobble. Robo Reese is on the run. He's not going to let him have it. There's Thomas Huffines looking for it. Robo Reese comes up with it. Robo Reese Meredith, technically sound.
Great job, Reese, there, just not giving up on that ball.
One hopper over to Andy Jones. Andy, Mr. Consistency. He wings it all the way over. Kimker can't handle the pass. No harm.
Need Kimker to get the touch here, which he does.
He gets the touch.
I'm sure Oceanside's going to get some new personnel on the field here.
And, yes, there's a bunch of people running for the sidelines. Andy Jones is coming out. The trigger's coming in. Carter Gregory's coming in. So we're going with the Gregory, Heinman, Titus line.
Seeing some consistency in the offensive set tonight. Seeing Costa back at X attack, being flanked by MJ Zanone and Ian Long. And our midfield kind of consistent here with AJ flipping into with Jackson.
So let's see. And true to form, as they've been doing, there's been 2 or 3 rounds of passing, and now everybody's going to move. That seems to be the brand that we're going to play tonight within this set. There's a dodge from X. Titus comes around, goaltender 14. Wildstein gets a hold of it. Sharks maintain possession. Now it's in the goalie cross, and they're going to clear.
A little bit of a jump ball there.
MJ stalking number 40 here. I don't have a 40 on my roster. Can't say who he is.
Sorry about that, number 40.
Everybody's your number 40 for the night. You're not on the roster. Okay, off to number 3, Flores. He's running down. He's got a whole bunch of Peanut. Peanut separates him from the ball, and it's a turnover. No flag. It was a clean hit.
Certainly looked like a clean hit from over here.
It was a clean hit, and it was a whole bunch of Peanut. There's a shove in the back for Zanone. Number 2 all over him, Oblin. He ditches it off. Now he's running around with it. MJ did a little fake pass deal there. Turned, put his foot in the ground. Back to Carter from Costa. Costa up top.
Got Rosebach out here now. I think that's the first time we've seen him tonight.
Yeah, it's the first Rosebach sighting here. Carter surveying, Rosebach, and here's the 1, 2, 3 rounds of passing, and then I guess we're going to move. Rosebach doesn't like what he sees there.
It's like when you're playing cards on a Friday night and you shuffle. It's like, you do 3 shuffles before you deal here.
Yep. And then so 3 shuffles and then the rotation. A lot of bodies moving around off ball in front tonight. Love to see that. There's a feed to Costa. He can't handle it. Sudden change. Oblin running the field. He is a big boy too.
Just a little hot for Costa there coming in. He got a stick on it, but
Davidson's got it. He's shuffling around. Andy Jones taking a posture. Michael Guy coming in. He can't get around Andy. Andy Jones, Mr. Consistency, pushes him off. Peanut Seaton gets the stick in there, and he just tuna canned him. He opens it up, does the can opener on him. He's running, and you know what's coming.
Oof.
Hits the goaltender right in the chest, and now we're going to go back the other way.
Oh.
And there's Peanut again, and oh, my God. Peanut Seaton, you want me on that wall. You need me on that wall, and he gets in for the pole goal.
I'm just awestruck by that. I have no idea how he gets a stick on that ball like he does.
So let's recap. He runs the field. He does the can opener down here, undresses the player, runs the ball all the way up the field, takes the pole shot.
Sounded like a bullet.
It sounded like it hit Kevlar.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the guy picks it up. He bobbles it. He bobbles it right back to he goes to out it. Peanut reaches up and grabs it.
I was going to say, I don't even think it was a bobble. I think he was legit clearing it there, and Peanut just had the stick right in the right spot.
If there is an equivalent of a slam dunk in lacrosse to basketball, that was it. The clamp comes away with the face-off clean, and the Oceanside Land Sharks are feeling it. MJ's in trouble, and he gets in.
Wow.
He ducked down low. He was taking a check.
Looked like he was limboing as he shot that.
Yeah, he was kind of down sideways, and then he just sidearmed that thing, and off to the races he went.
That's one of the first time this season we get to say that's MJ doing MJ
things.
doing
MJ things.
And
my goodness.
It certainly was there. What a shot. And a great pass by Cole after a very clean face-off win there. 6-3, 8-10 left in the second.
Last-minute substitution with Sawyer Arnold coming on. Robo Reese on the wing here. The clamp on the dot. And it's 6-3 just like that from a game that was 4-3 a minute ago. There's another one. They're running after it. And it just seems that the Land Sharks have a step on this Cambridge team. I'm assuming that's going to be Sawyer Arnold, who went penalty-free last night, but he appears to be strutting to the sin bin.
Well, you know what, Tone, I'll take it. That's a great fight for possession there, and, sometimes get a little push or a little trip, but I'd rather that than just letting the other team go march off with the ball.
So the Land Sharks are going to regroup. We're going to be man down. I'm guessing that's going to be
just the technical, not a non-release.
Right, so it's going to be 1 minute or 30 seconds or something.
I think Tom Harris was maybe kind of trying to plead Sawyer's case there, but to no avail. Got our defense out there that we want, and we're going to find ourselves man down for the first time tonight.
Kimker comes trotting in for the I guess he's on attack at the moment. I guess they're going to swap him out with somebody here
they'll
shortly.
Have him there. They have him there as the sub when we go full strength here.
So the Land Sharks content to push him out to the perimeter. 22, that's Davidson. There's a skip pass.
And we're full strength.
Back to full strength.
Kimker working.
There's a reverse pass.
Wow.
Well, you got to like that. That was some pretty lacrosse right there. They're behind the back pass, out in front of the goal crease, and I don't know that Gavin stood a chance on that one.
That was beautiful.
Guy was standing there by himself.
Definitely looks like that's something they work on, and you could tell there the Bears getting a goal here on. Actually, it was even strength, but hardly. We had Kimker definitely sprinting down in, but that's going to be an even strength goal for the Bears, and we're at 6-4 with 7:22 in the second.
So you've got Jackson Hyman over here on the wing. I can't see the other side if there's even anyone over there. Oh, yeah, okay. So it looks like
we got Nana Johnson checking in from Florida. She says, keep it up, Sharks, looking good.
All right, Nana, appreciate that. So there's a procedure issue on the face-off, and Jackson Hyman's going to set up shop. Here comes the horses. You've got Hyman, the trigger, and Carter in the standard set. So this is the first rotation of the ball.
So, Tony, I think Oceanside's got to get a goal here. You don't want to let the momentum slide the other way. And, we can get back to that 3-goal lead with a goal here.
Agreed. So there was 1, 2, 3. Now Titus is going to move down low. Jackson's going to take his place over there. Carter Gregory staying tall at 12 o'clock here. MJ off to the wing near side here, almost in the alley. Trigger's moving it around. He's trying to find somewhere to go. High pass, but Ian Long corrals it over to MJ. MJ never met a shot he doesn't like. He's going to look for it. There's 1, 2, 3. Puts his foot in the ground, turns the other way. Jackson can't handle it. Scoops it back up. No harm, no foul. Back to the far corner, back to the Trigger. Trigger puts his foot in the ground, takes a step, and he's going to look to turn, and he's got the twine.
What is it, Tony?
All the finest meats and cheeses for my men.
We got a hat
on the hat trick.
Beautiful.
So with the hat trick, it brings us to 7-4, and you called it, you asked for it, and you got it. There's your goal, and the momentum stays with Oceanside.
We got some Beckham boys dropping in on our chat. Brendan Dick saying, let's go, Finn Wagner. Need a big one. So we got our local rivals also rooting for us here on the message board. Thanks, guys.
I don't know if they play this team. Is it the same deal? Are they playing them tomorrow?
I don't know. I didn't look at the schedule.
I don't see any Beckham faithful in the crowd here behind us. Doesn't mean they're not here. Okay. There's a big swipe. That looks like number 9 is coming away with it there. Jack Alberici.
That's one of those names you pronounce no problem.
Yeah, the Italian names I can do no problem. What are you going to do? All right, Robo Reese stalking Alberici. He pushes it back behind the net to X. Kimker back there. He gets turned on. Kimker holding with him. Pushes it out, and then number 3 can't handle it. Flores turns it over. And on comes Jackson Hyman.
5:25 left. Oceanside protecting a 3-goal lead here.
Jackson getting pressed.
Wow.
He gets undressed. There's a turnover. They push it back. Now they're going upfield. Back to Alberici. Alberici running upfield. He gets the midfield line. Sharks pick up their defensive posture. Silas Gillum in the game. Thomas, the best pickpocket. Huffines. Back over to number 7, Patrick. I hear some of the Patrick's fans behind us.
Reese getting a workout down there tonight. He seems to be running with everybody back at X.
Well, when you got legs that long, running with those guys are easy. I wouldn't know. Okay, yeah. 24's got it off to the side. Topner. He makes a move on Kempker, gets by him.
Yeah, he's got the short stick matchup.
Andy Jones slides over, and there's an errant pass, and the race is on. CJ can't quite get there. 22 corrals it. That's Davidson. And they're set up shop again. He almost a big shot there. He was going to take a cut, didn't like it.
Ooh.
He does get one off. That's 24. Topner, he started to wind up for the step down, then kind of came back the other way, and he was sort of pot committed. He looked like he was going to shoot it one way or another. He shoots it wide. Goal's backed up. It remains Bears ball.
I think G may have got a string on that one. I don't know.
Maybe. He might have just been blowing. All right. A lot of traffic in the net there. Andy Jones backing up G there.
Yeah, I don't like this look, Tony.
Yeah, this is letting him stand back there by himself seems a little odd. He's going to come back, shovel it in the post. Oof. The goalie's best friend. There's a good play there by CJ.
Uh-oh.
Thomas can't come up with it. The ball's loose, comes away with the Bears. And the Bears have got some pressure on here. There's a high ball off to the side. It's going to stay with the Bears here. Ball comes rolling out to the referee.
2 balls on the field here now.
Yeah, there's a couple things going on there. Patrick's going to bring it in from the baseline. He's got Robo Reese in his face. He's got 24 Topner.
Definitely some errant passes out there tonight, Tony.
Yeah,
and again, good to see us picking those up and moving the ball the other way.
Huffines comes across on the clear. He gets it to Robo Reese. He gets it to Andy Jones. Andy Jones running down. He gets the touch, and he's looking like he wants the goal. And he gets it!
Woo!
Andy Jones with the pole goal. The Poles are feeling it. He says, Peanut Seton, you're the best player in the state, but not to be outdone.
Unbelievable.
Fantastic effort by Andy Jones there. 8-4 Oceanside, and this game is just what the doctor ordered.
I got to say, Tony, I love that our Poles aren't afraid to shoot, and they're being intelligent about it too. They're making sure that we're backed up down there before they're letting those fly. And nice job by our defensemen participating in our scoring extravaganza here. 8-4, 3:11 left in the second.
There's a procedure. Number 8 went early. Solomon. Carter Gregory runs in, grabs the touch, and here comes the sequence of 3, if I'm counting right. MJ, Carter, Heineman, Trigger. I could almost do this with my eyes closed. Trigger, yeah. Heineman.
Costa and Long and Zanone down low.
Trigger, Heineman, playing catch. Waiting for the call from the bench to tell him to go. Not a lot of movement. Okay. Hyman took a look. He's got all the room in the world. There's a little motion from the Trigger. He wants Hyman to move. Off-ball movement at a glacial pace in front. Trigger looking. He's got to push it somewhere. He goes back. He gets the reset. Now you've got MJ and Hyman on the flanks. Carter up top. There's Hyman, and he drills it right into the goalie cross. Big cut and a stop by the Bears. Pretty good ride.
Oh, that's way out.
Okay, MJ rides him out of bounds. And number 33 there must have just lost his way. Maybe he thought we were playing blue lines. Peanut coming in for another one. Peanut throws a roller at his feet. MJ in the goalie's face, back to 33. We're going to try this again. He plays catch with the goaltender, back and forth. That was pretty comical. Ian Long trying to jump. He's only 4 feet tall on a great day as it is.
Somehow Peanut's in the other end of the field. It's unbelievable. The kids everywhere.
And there was
that's a well-taken timeout by the Cambridge coach there.
Yeah, and they were flirting with a failure to advance and under heavy pressure on the ride. Whew. So let's us take a breath. It's been nonstop action. I mean, it's been a fun game to call thus far.
They're definitely easier to call when you got a little bit of a lead.
They sure are. I mean, last night we were relegated to talking about a block of wood.
We did,
and we did. And I thought
I think we made it interesting.
I think it made for good TV.
I'm convinced that people at home knew exactly what we were talking
Probably.
about, even though they couldn't see it.
Probably. So let's get some sponsors in here. We'll go back to our sponsor board. Benjamin Franklin Plumbing of Charleston, Bowline Wealth Management, Coastal Millwork and Supply, Fast Trans Intermodal, Longshore Boats. It feels like boating season today. It was a nice day today.
Wasn't the other day. Today it is.
I'm back in shorts. The bugs are out. The sunset is beautiful.
I think tomorrow's supposed to be Angie has no parka.
Angie has no parka.
She's parkaless.
She's parkaless. So it must. If you can tell, it's an acceptable temperature when she drops the puffer coat. And when, ladies and gentlemen, if you could see the coat, I mean, it is from the top of her head all the way to the ground. There is not any part of her not covered in thermal wear. The sponsors are going to have to wait because we're back to live lacrosse.
And they're gone.
It's inbounded. Sawyer Arnold stalking. He loves the contact, that one. Andy Jones picks up his man. Sawyer's got number 2 on number 2 there. It's a pretty good matchup, and they're about the same size. I mean, he might be giving an inch or two to Sawyer.
Yeah, you got to like when Sawyer's got someone his size to match up against.
I'm sure he does. Peanut going to work, and number 12 is just getting suffocated there by Peanut Seaton.
Yeah, and you could see the frustration there as he throws that ball. I think he was just tired of being undressed as he was coming across the field.
1:02 to play in the half. It seems to fly by. CJ pushes it up to the trigger, and there's a timeout by Tom Harris.
And again, another good timeout. I think Coach is going to bring him to the side and say, look, boys, we're under a minute. Let's move this ball around, get a last shot, and hopefully put another one on the board and not give up one to the Cambridge Bears here at the end of the second.
Yeah, I think that, the message there is going to be, let's finish the half. Because the first 2 games, we had some leads going into the half, and they magically evaporated. So I think that,
I don't think there's anything worse than giving a goal up to the other team in the last 10 seconds. To me, it's so deflating as you're going into halftime. So I just feel that, I don't know, as a coach, that's one thing that I would always want to avoid.
Yeah. Well, momentum's been hard to come by for us, and the boys got something to feel good about. I'm sure that, the shakeup in the lineups will have some people a little dismayed or a little concerned, but, it's bearing fruit. They seem to have the matchups that they want. Gavin's got to feel pretty good about it. Like you said, he might have one that he wants back that he had good line of sight of. He's got some solid saves. And
his boys are D'ing up tonight. Not that they weren't D'ing up last night. I just think last night, we were a bit outgunned, as far as it goes in that zone. But our defense handling their business well tonight, and I feel like it's nice when the field's not tilting that way. I feel like we've got a more even field tonight, and certainly easier to play with a lead.
Yeah, and again, you're talking about a team plays in the same conference with those Longhorns. I mean, this is a very good, very solid team here. I just think the Land Sharks are bringing a little more tonight than they did, and they had, like you said, a little overmatched last night. I think that's fair to say. All right, the boys are back out, so we're going to do our 3-pass shuffle here. Jackson pushes it over to Ian Long, all the way over under the light pole. You've got Ian and the trigger and Jackson. Jackson now wandering toward the top of the restraining box, or to the center of the restraining box. Ian starts the rotation. 20 seconds left. It appears that the Land Sharks may be content to just let this go and into the half, but no, Ian's going to make a move. Jackson Hyman with the big rip, and he gets the goal.
And that's a
hat trick. I had to think what we were looking for there. We're playing charades here, ladies and gentlemen. Jackson Hyman gets his hat trick. He's got to feel real good about it. Mark and Melissa got to feel good about it. So,
I think if you could write the script for this first half, it's been put out here on the field. You're probably going into half with a 5-goal lead, and these guys definitely got to be feeling better about themselves right now.
Yeah, you'd think so. 9 seconds left, so we're going to have a possession here or a face-off, and we're going to be at halftime pretty quick. A fairly uneventful half, only 1 penalty for each team. So there hasn't been a ton of stoppages. Ball flies way out. Cole's wanting after it. He swings a little polo shot at it. with his stick. And the Bears are just, they seem a little out of sorts.
That's going to be time.
That's going to be the half. So certainly since last Tuesday at AC Flora, that's the best half that we've called. We've seen a lot of cohesion. We've seen a little bit of sloppy ball play on both sides. But certainly advantage Land Sharks. We've been taking care of ground balls. We've been taking care of passes. We've gotten a few good ball bounces our way.
Yeah.
When those things go awry, we've been able to corral it.
And I would say largely Oceanside cleaned it up. They had a few early, and they ended them pretty quick. So
Agreed. So feeling really good about that. So.
Whoa, we got a lot going on here on the message board.
What is happening? There's Brendan Dix. That was the last one. Nolan Elwood. So the Beckham crew is really.
We got a shout-out for the Trigger, looking saucy. Andy Jones getting a shout-out. Gavin is balling from Nolan Elwood. So love all the support coming on from the world of the Internet out there.
Appreciate all that. Appreciate the Beckham boys supporting the hometown team here. We all know what a rivalry that is, but we all know what a rivalry that is. There's my father checking out. He made it through the half, and Pop Z is going to more comfy accommodations on a Saturday evening, and he'll watch the rest on TV.
Want to take a breather?
Yeah, let's take a break here. We got 8:50 coming down, and we'll see you with about a minute left before the half starts.
We'll be back.
And we are live back at the Reef at Oceanside Collegiate Academy in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. The sun has set, and the beautiful sunset has given way to the lights here at the Reef, glistening off the field. Oceanside Land Sharks are up 9-4 with 43 seconds to go here in the half. Coach, nothing but feeling good right now.
Yeah, it's certainly a turn of events from how we ended things here last night, but we still have a lot of minutes of lacrosse to play here. Guys cannot let off the intensity. They got to keep bringing everything they brought in this first half. Tony, one more shout-out to my little niece and nephew watching in Houston, CJ and Lakin. We miss you guys. Hopefully we'll get you here for a game at some point this year, but we love knowing that you're watching us on TV.
Thanks, guys.
And hello to my wife and my mother-in-law, too. We miss you guys, and glad you're having fun with the kiddos down in Texas.
And we are back with live lacrosse. The clamp gets a little tuned up on that one. There's balls bouncing around. Two Bears just level one another. Andy Jones comes away with it, flips it over to Thomas Huffines. Long pass back to Andy Jones. We're going to run the clear, pushes it up, and Reese was in the crosshairs there. The pass was late. Peanut makes him cough it up. Jackson Hyman comes away with it. Now it's a rugby scrum. Bears come out with it. Number 12 there, Michael Guy. And there's a shot on G, and G is up to the task.
Nice job by Harrison there, really helping his boys out, although
he flies the ball to center field, and the center fielder comes down with it, but he is being harassed. Peanut gets him squared away there. Ball still comes up. Guy's got it in midfield. Andy Jones picking at it. He comes away with it, and we're going to try and run that clear one more time here.
I think blue jerseys need to take a deep breath here. We got a
Carter Gregory checks in, gives G somewhere to go with it.
There we go. Carter doing a nice job fielding that bounce pass, and now we can get our offense on the field here.
And the lineup is in, so you've got the trigger taking his spot. You've got Jackson Hyman. Jackson taking a look, and we're going to go through our normal three-pass.
Shuffle the deck.
Shuffle the deck here, see who's going to move where. Defense is pressing just a little bit more maybe. Now they're giving them plenty of room.
Yeah, a lot more room than last night, Tony, that's for sure.
They didn't have room to breathe last night.
No.
Trigger doesn't like it. Looks it over to Jackson Hyman. Jackson gets around his guy.
What a swim move there by Hyman, but subsequent check kind of knocked it out of his stick.
Yeah, he was just swimming and checking at the same time. It was pretty difficult. All right, here comes the ride now. They elect not. They're going to push it upfield, and that's Alberici running up the field with it. Alberici running in, uncontested, pushes it over to 22.
Oceanside, nice job with the slide there to cover that.
Davidson pushes it off to Topner. Topner over to Oblin. Oblin back here to Davidson. Davidson running around, trying to evade Robo Reese.
Looks like
pretty good man coverage there.
Yeah, Bears were still getting some personnel on the field there too.
Over to 24, Topner. Topner squared up with Sawyer Arnold. Sawyer gives him nowhere to go. Back over to Oblin. Oblin takes a run at it. Gavin scoops it up.
A little bit of a knuckleball shot there.
Yeah. Gavin pushes it off to Thomas Huffines. Great to see Thomas, more and more minutes collecting. He pushes it off. He's got A.J. Zarzaka streaking up the field. He runs in, gets the touch. A.J. just came darting out of the box, gave Thomas a place to go, and it was like watching old school, loggerhead lacrosse with the brethren there, just knowing where each other are at every moment.
So, yeah, I like when we have that speed coming out of the box like that. Certainly helps us get the ball upfield.
So A.J. going to wind it around, takes a little stutter step, didn't like what he saw, pushes it back to Ian Long. Ian's going to give it back to A.J. A.J. in the alley, pushes it way up to the O with Carter, back over to the Trigger on the opposite side. Trigger playing opposite hand over there. You'd normally see him on this side with his natural left. He makes the skip pass over to Carter. Carter's going to dodge. He gets the pick from A.J. A.J. gets leveled, sacrificing himself for the play.
Yeah, we love that, Tone. That's good gritty lacrosse, taking one for the team.
Well, it's not as gritty. He went to sell it. Nobody bought it. The auctioneer, the gavel didn't bang.
He showed up to sell. That's all that matters.
That's right. Ian Long, A.J. directing traffic inside.
Oh, a good check there by the defenseman, number 20.
Ian said, no, I'm going to take it back. He pushes it up top to MJ. So,
good job on Ian cleaning it up.
Ian wasn't going to settle for that. AJ's got a lot of room over there. He drops a looper in behind the net to Carter. Carter being harassed by 24 back there. Topner, he seems to be all over the place, this young man Topner.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he leaves the field.
Carter gets loose, looking for somewhere to go. He's got MJ in front. MJ missed it top right. Pushed it long. AJ's going to get the.
That's going to be it's going to be a turnover. Unfortunately, AJ was way across the field, and the goalie was closer to where the ball went out. Just the way our offense was set up to that far side. So, need a good ride here from our boys as we've been doing through the game. And
they're going to throw it away, and we're going to go right back on offense. So AJ's going to run over. He's going to take the ball from Silas. Now Silas is going to push it over here to Peanut. Bad pass. Maybe he lost it in the lights, and we're going back the other way. Sloppy play. Something we're got to build on.
Got a lot of chatter going on our message boards. It's getting to the point where there's so much we can't keep up, but we love it. Keep them coming.
Peanut working that guy over. 16's got it up top. Michael Jones. Joins, I guess.
And that's going to be a failure to advance.
And we're back off to the races. Liam Rosebach checks into the game, darts out of the box. Peanut Seaton just very aggressive up front.
Oh,
Liam couldn't handle it.
He was turning before he completed the
Silas
catch.
gets run by. Number 9, Alberici streaking up the field, pushes it off to 22, and tic-tac-toe off the turnover, and the Bears are back on the board, down 4. We got 9-5 with 6:28 to play in the quarter, and, you pay for turnovers, Coach. Yeah, Tom Harris is not going to like that.
Yeah, the turnovers do come back to get you. I was going to say, Tony, as things were progressing there, we were almost halfway through the third quarter, and while we had a lot of great possession, we didn't put anything in the back of the net. So now Cambridge getting this game a little tighter, definitely need to be thinking about burying one here.
All right, we've got A.J. Zarzak over on the far wing. Robo Reese here. The clamp comes away with it. Pushes it over to A.J. A.J. running in, gets the touch, going to back out, wait for the troops.
Reinforcements are coming here.
Jackson Hyman coming onto the field. We're going to look for Carter next. Cole comes off, Carter comes on. And this is a more familiar set where you've got A.J. and Jackson and Carter.
Yeah, we've been staying pretty consistent with our attackmen down low tonight.
Yeah, attack has been pretty solid. Couple of errant passes. Couple guys couldn't handle this or that, but nothing bad. That last turnover is dead. AJ gets the dodge, gets by his guy. He draws the double team, pushes it back to Ian behind, pushes it out to Costa, and Costa was trying to go top left and got snared. Caden Costa, I got to tell you.
I'm grunting on microphone here because we had the perfect angle watching that.
We did.
I thought for sure that was buried in the corner.
I thought it was in the twine. AJ getting gritty with it. He gets undressed. Pick up the stick. Go run after it.
There we go. Carter saying
there's a big check from AJ. It pops out, ends up there, and it's back with AJ. AJ feeds it up to Carter. Carter's going to try and get off to the races. Big swim move there. Swing check.
I think we need to get this ball in the zone and really take a deep breath here, Tone. That's a lot of transition play there. Oh, no.
And then the ball's going to get thrown away. It's coming back the other way.
Yeah, just blood pumping a little too hard there, and,
a lot of guys getting a little tired there. AJ checking out. Hyman checking out. Here comes the defensive crew. It's interesting. Now that Thomas is back to full strength, you've got Peanut running this long LSM role.
Yeah, Peanut's definitely running a lot more field in that LSM role.
Oh, my goodness. Sawyer Arnold had him in the sights, and he was wanting it. All right, Peanut Seaton, as usual, comes away with it back to Andy Jones. So, when you've got enough poles and you've got Andy Jones and you've got CJ and you've got Thomas Huffines to back you up. Why not put Seaton up front? And, he's a turnover-creating machine.
Exactly. And he kind of settles back into his defense role when we get brought back down in that end of the field. But,
right.
boy, is he dangerous in the middle.
So here we've got Jackson, A.J., and the trigger. Carter back to his familiar attack spot. So the sets are rotating just a little bit.
Yeah,
now, this is how we started the year with this group of kids.
Yeah, we're getting a little,
Ian Long back there, so that means MJ's the odd man out. He's taking a blow.
I think Coach is just looking for a spark here. Obviously, like we said, we're 4 minutes left in the third, and, not only, one or two shots, I think, on goal. So just trying to look to spark the offense here.
Yeah, I think, and you got to assume the Bears are going to adjust. Again, they know what they're doing. There's Carter, tries to make a move, ends up on the side of the net, gets it checked away, poke checked out.
I think Carter thought he had a little more room there behind him than he did, and unfortunately that back check caught him.
AJ trying to make a pick there, didn't get it, and you've got the Bears coming down in numbers. There's a ripper, and it gets by Gavin on the ground. And here we go. We got 9-6 Oceanside over Cambridge with 3:20 to play in the third.
Yeah, that's 2 unanswered now, Tone, and that's kind of the change in momentum that we get worried about. And earlier in the year, we felt we had some third quarter issues, and then we thought we had that cleaned up, and here we find ourselves now in another tough third quarter. But,
right. In transition, we had the turnover. Both of them were turnovers that led to the goal.
Yes,
so
yes.
That you got to take care of the ball between the restraining lines. So there's Kimpker coming in on the wing. Robo Reese to this side. So we got to come up with a possession here and have a good possession. So Robo goes in looking for it, can't grab it. There's a shove in the back.
Got a push from behind there. That's going to be going blue.
Right. So we're going to be blue coming back the other way. So I see Liam Rosebach in the box. I see AJ in the box. There's a timeout from Tom Harris.
Yeah, I think Tom saw Kimker, a freshman, bringing that ball up with 2 boys hot on his tail and said, good place to use a timeout here.
Yeah, and he's got, meanwhile, he's got AJ and Liam in the box waiting to come out. So this will allow him to play with the personnel, get what he wants to get done.
And, again, you don't want to find yourself with another turnover here midfield and maybe get this lead squeezed down to 2.
We've got a good crowd here at Oceanside Collegiate Academy on a beautiful night, and the Bears travel well. I see a lot of Cambridge faithful making the trip up from Atlanta. We thank all of you. If you're listening in, we appreciate you. How are we doing on our
we got Bo Walton's going nuts out here. AJ looking fast. Is Ian Long, a freshman? Peanut, one of the best defenders in the country. How'd Robo Reese get his nickname? So good to see Bo Walton out there supporting the boys.
Appreciate you, Bo.
Just love the support, love these guys chatting, and keeps things interesting for sure.
So Robo Reese Meredith, Tracy and Chris Meredith's son, Robo Reese gets his name from Coach Brent LaPrade, the football coach here at Oceanside, the recently named head football coach here, coming off a state championship. And Reese is not only a physical specimen, he is also incredibly detailed, and he follows directions to the letter. So you basically just, in a mechanical way, you tell him what to do, and you don't worry about him. It is very robotic.
Something tells me his wife will like that one day.
Well, you'd think he'll make someone a good husband there. From one of the best families at Oceanside. The Merediths are great. Their daughter Sophie played volleyball here. Still, I believe, we got some action over there. Oh. Liam Rosebach. Ball rattling around at the baseline there. Nobody seems to want it. Carter can't corral it. He finally gets it. He's going to look for somewhere to go with it.
I got to say,
coming in.
This Bears team definitely playing with more aggression in this third quarter. We see him pressing out much closer to the O here in the center of the field.
Indeed. They've definitely taken a different defensive posture here, looking for the turnovers, knowing that, I think they've kind of figured out what Coach Harris and Colin Reich had going there. The trigger doesn't follow the pick. AJ set the pick, and the trigger went wide. He's pushing out. That looks good for AJ there. No, it doesn't take the shot.
Now we got things a little bit more collapsed in.
Yeah, this is where we're more comfortable when we're inside that 12-meter arc.
Yeah, it gives us the ability to use those inside boys a little bit more.
All right, we've got Carter comes back, or the trigger comes back, takes a rip. It's backed up by Ian. Ball stays here. 1:50 to go in the third period. 9-6 Land Sharks over the Cambridge Bears. Ian's going to bring it in.
Need Blue to.
He's going to be harassed
here
by Grant Ward.
Yeah, they got to help. They got to help Long out down low here.
That's a lot of pulls. So I got to give him somewhere to go. Everybody's kind of standing there.
Standing and watching.
Ian
the
pops
show.
out. Carter's going to take a big rip, bounces it off a person.
I mean that.
Excuse me.
That's going to leave a mark somewhere.
Yeah, somebody just took basically all of what Carter's windup would give him, and they're not going to like that. So, interesting. You got Jackson Hyman playing attack now. He's parked up there. Ball's coming back here. Over here with 22, Zach Davidson. He's got Andy Jones on him. Sawyer Arnold squaring up with Alberici there. Over to number 2, Silas Gillum. He's got number 2, Oblin on him. He gets by him, drops a shoulder. Gavin Harrison answers the call. Back to back. Thomas Huffines after it.
Thomas, just great defense there, kind of bailing out his goalie. Gav was peeling himself off the ground, and there was another shot coming in there, and Thomas ate some of that.
Yeah, that was a good eat, as they would say. Gavin looking for somewhere to go with it.
Nowhere to go.
And we're going to be in dangerous mode here. He gets it off to Andy Jones, and we're going to catch a break there. Carter Gregory's got it. AJ just checked into the game.
I will say I saw AJ jumping near the box there. The problem is I just don't think Gavin saw him over there.
Yeah,
but,
well, he's short.
We got it upfield nonetheless.
Gagoots has got to yell louder.
28 seconds left. You got to think Oceanside's thinking last shot of the quarter here.
You would think. And our boy Costa Kamikaze's got to drop a shoulder here. He's going to push him. Got to watch the Ward. He pushes it back to Ian. Ian looking for somewhere to go with it. AJ floating in front. There it is. Shoot. Oh, no, he couldn't get it.
8 seconds.
Yeah, Ian just handcuffed AJ with the opposite hand. There's a long shot into the cross and a grenade launcher all the way upfield. Gavin's going to center field catch that. And we are off now. Cambridge, they won that quarter. 9-6 Oceanside. Not a lot of damage done, but they chipped away at it, and they seem to have a completely different defensive posture, putting a lot more pressure on the Land Sharks as they're coming in.
Oh, I think we had a little young lady behind us go down in the water.
Oh, my goodness gracious, that poor baby. She wanted to play in the water, and uh-oh. I haven't mentioned it, but before the beautiful sunset, you could see the piles of dirt here. We are under construction on a $6.5 million site improvement project here, which is going to fulfill our stadium. So next year, our boys will be in college, but these kids will play probably by August. We are intending to play varsity football on this field.
Well, it's great. It's great to finally have a home. I mean, I know the Citadel's done a great job at hosting our football team down there, and certainly an honor to play on that field. But nothing like being home.
Yeah, there's nothing like being home. The boys have always wanted it, and it just didn't. The timing didn't work out for our boys in that class. But these freshmen and juniors will play in a Land Shark stadium here, and my understanding is there's plans for a jumbotron and a new scoreboard. And when I put my board hat on, I do have visibility to what's going on. The field clear behind the OLAX tower across there will be in the future our athletic center, which will be another new gym and coaches' office. All the athletics will be pushed to that, locker rooms, the whole nine. Now it's into the future, but in this phase, they'll complete the stadium, they'll build the tennis courts, and a lot more parking, which Principal Christina Brown is going to celebrate because parking is a real issue here.
Yes, it is.
All right, back to live lacrosse. The clamp is going to come up with it after the fact. We're going to push it in. Cole's looking for it. Cole's going the whole way, bounces it off the goal. He had MJ backed up, so Cole knew he could take a swing at it.
That's one of the first shots we've seen Cole take off the face-off this year.
Yeah, I think he's got 3. I think we've mentioned it a couple of times.
He is always thinking pass as he comes away with that ball, but that one was just looking too good to him.
Yeah, and he and to be fair to the freshman who has done an outstanding job, but he has had a murderer's row of Fogos, Division I commit Fogos.
Definitely. To
deal with as a freshman, and he's dealing with D1 commit seniors. So
and he's given up size and height to them as well, which complicates the issue.
And we want to make a special I'll do it in just a second. The Triggers he gets the pick from AJ. He gets undressed. It literally falls. The check falls right into. It's that kind of night. The check falls right into Carter Gregory's cross.
Yeah, we're getting some bounces going our way, luckily.
Up here to Jackson Hyman. A little low pass from MJ. Up top to Carter. Back to Jackson Hyman. AJ drifting into the middle. He's probably going to look to set a pick here at some point. It's what he does. Carter does a reverse there off 33. That's Pregame. Pregame Potty. I don't know if I'm saying that name right. I'm going to wreck that. That was
good little rip there by Ian Long, but unfortunately comes up with a hobble, and he's heading for a replacement on the sideline.
Yeah, he came up with a little bit of hobble. I don't know if it's an ankle or something. So Savannah Metz and the athletic training staff's going to check him out. There's a check on Jackson Hyman from number 12, Michael Guy.
That looks like Finn Wagner run coming on the field there. So I think we got Wagner coming in to replace Long.
All right, so we still have the two left crew out there. Finn is left-handed as well, just like Ian. AJ threads the needle into the pass to Jackson, changes places with him. Jackson's got two guys standing on him. The trigger is making a move. That thing pops out, runs right to the goal mouth.
I think
off the check.
I think the trigger missed the fact that Jackson was in a perfect position to set a pick for him coming back across the field, and he kind of ran the other way on it.
Yeah, he may take some shrapnel in the film room over that one. There's a heavy Alberici's running upfield, so Alberici runs into AJ.
Got AJ playing a little D-mid out there. That's nice to see.
Yeah, I mean he wants the minutes. He's going to take all he can get. Now he's going to run off with Alberici, it looks like, in favor of some defenders. Silas Gillum comes.
There's an opportunity.
That's going to be the turnover there, so we're going to come back the other way. 10:33 to go in the game now, fourth quarter, 9-6 Oceanside. Trying to preserve a lead and build on it. Silas Gillum running the field. And my understanding was, and I think you told me, his mother said, he's more of a natural midfielder. So this defensive posture position that he's assumed for the Landsharks here is, he's still working through the adjustment on that. And
he's filling a role that the coaches wanted filled, and obviously he's doing his best trying to adjust to that. And we've continued to see him grow into that position.
So we got AJ Costa and Liam Rosebach out there. Is the lineup and the trigger. So plenty of firepower, plenty of beef. Not counting Liam, of course. I was talking about Kamikaze, AJ, and the trigger. Liam, just a little guy. Carter Gregory back behind. He's being harassed by Pregame. That name rolls off the tongue. Pregame. Kamikaze makes a bad pass trying to feed AJ. Runs it right into the defender. That's 16. Joins. He runs him out of Liam runs him out of bounds.
That's just some hustle on Rosebach's part right there.
Yeah, good job, Liam.
That should be in the film room under never give up right there. He last second just pushes him right to the
long drive by Gavin. And that's going to be out of bounds off of the Bears, I think.
That's going to stay blue, and that's a little bit of luck there. Again, we continue to struggle with this clear. Not quite sure what we got to do to get that nailed down.
Yeah, we're rolling middies. Liam Rosebach up top. We're going to sit tight for just a minute. Ian Long coming back into the game. That's great news.
Very good to see.
Good to see him. So he's going to take the little feed there from Hyman. Back to Hyman. Hyman working his hat trick, looking for number 4 tonight.
And again, Tony, I think we're seeing a bit more of an aggressive posture from this Cambridge Bears defense, definitely playing out a bit more than they were in the first half.
Yeah, and that could be opportunity if we make the dodge. I mean, we certainly have the speed and the agility. It's just a matter of time before, Coach Tom Harris gives them the green light and says, okay, boys, put your foot in the ground and let's get by them. Ian Long in his office under the goalpost there. Surveying. He puts his foot in the ground, makes his little spin move. I love it when he does that, as long as he can hold on to it. Out to Jackson Hyman. Big drive into Twine. Jackson Hyman snares number 4. Puts it in the back of the jar.
Having himself a game tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what happens when you get the movement going and you get the hands free. You can let him rip like that. Nice shot and goal there by Jackson Hyman.
Got to feel good about it.
And a good look on that pass from Ian Long. That was from all the way back behind goal. So nice job there, boys.
And after being suffocated to 2 goals last night, the Landsharks have exploded for 10 tonight. to Cambridge's 6, a 4-goal lead, 8:15 to go in the game.
No breaks yet, Tone.
No breaks.
We've got to stay with this here.
All right, Kimker pushes up. He pushes it to Carter. Kimker running off. Carter sees something he likes now. He backed out of it. It looks staring at 3 white jerseys.
Yeah, and
he thought better of it.
We are short a lot of personnel out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. We got to get the arm ribbon on the field. On comes Jackson Hyman. On comes AJ. Makes the skip pass over to Kamikaze Costa. He puts a head down, puts a shoulder into the 2 Italian boys over there, Costa and Alberici. Okay, some poking going on. Pregame poking at Carter. I need to get a little off-ball movement going. I can actually hear a conversation through the headset between Jackson and number 2 there, Oblin. There's a good pick.
Feet are a little still here, Tony.
Yeah, okay. AJ's got something. Pushes it over to Jackson. Jackson goes high on it. It's backed up by Costa. It's going to stay blue.
See if the offense resets here, gets some guys in some different spots.
Carter Gregory going to bring it in from under the goalpost at the baseline.
Everyone at home, we're at 7 minutes left.
Carter surveying. He's got Padyon really. Yeah, that 33 Padyon. He's a pretty good defender. He gets a little bit into the cage there. No call.
No call.
Carter looking for it. And, he didn't get a lot of mustard on it because he took the check, and it goes right into the goalie's cross.
Yeah, I don't even think Carter shot that. I think that was the check just kind of dribbling in that way.
Yeah, Alberici trucking upfield here against Costa. Costa in a midfield role here now.
Kind of shocked we didn't get that call with that strike to the head. The ref looked to be staring right down at it.
Yeah, he was looking right at it. Robo Reese harassing number 7, Patrick.
I will say, Tony, we always side with the game where they let the boys play, and tonight it's been a fairly penalty-light game, which is a good thing.
Yeah, the laundry folks at Tide are making no sponsorship money tonight because we just haven't seen it on the field. Okay, there's Andy Jones. He got up into the cage there a little bit. No call. Thomas Huff finds that knee looks just fine to me, son.
And the far afield ref calls that to stay white.
You are kidding me. Thomas was on his horse and trotting hard.
Yes, he was.
Andy Jones is going to get it back for him. I can feel it coming now. 6:02 and clicking down. 10-6 Oceanside. Playing defense here. Andy takes a swipe at. Can't see who's got the ball there. In close to the goal mouth.
Got to hear the defense communicating here, Tony. I know we got a 4-goal lead, but we need to be stopping anything coming out of this Bears team.
Yeah, number 3 right on the goal mouth. Sawyer Arnold got a little beat up there and got a little out of shape, and Gavin paid the price for it. So that's going to be 10-7, back to a 3-goal lead for the Land Sharks, 5:41 to play.
Tony, it's crazy when you stand back here and you watch a goal like that. It's unbelievable how they're not in the crease. And I'm not saying that he was, but these guys are so skilled at just tiptoeing that line. It's unbelievable. And great goal there by the Cambridge Bears, and they close this up to a 3-goal lead and 5:41 left in the game here.
Okay, more line change action. You got the trigger out here now, midfield on the wing here, and C.J. Johnson on the other wing. So we've got number 8. That's Carter Solomon there, Fogo. Bears put it on the ground. They get it corralled. Michael Guy's got it. Bears are changing players. They're looking to make a late game push here. 5 to go. This game is not secure just yet. There's a lot of lacrosse yet to play. Been a spirited matchup, evenly matched teams. Silas Gillum stalking number 24, Taupner. Pushes it out to number 5, can't handle the pass, corrals it after the fact.
And Oceanside dodged a bullet there, literally. I mean, he was wide open on this right side.
Cooper Hamilton, and there's a long ball that Gavin's going to want that one back, I'm going to say, Coach.
Gav's got to eat that. That's one he loves to go after those low ones, and that's one he usually sits his body down on and knocks down. But the Bears here are doing a good job on ball movement down there, looking to be a little bit more aggressive in front of our goal, and this is where we definitely need to win a possession here and possess the ball. And
I'm going to say that I'm going to take your line. I'm going to say this is a must-score possession.
it's a must-get possession. Let's start there, and then definitely score for sure. And Cole DeClamp doing his job.
Cole does it. He runs headlong into it. He comes out of the crowd there. There's laundry all over the field. I think he took a shot to the head.
Well, Tide must have heard you, and they wanted to get their money's worth tonight.
This penalty brought to you by Tide. Now, who's trotting over to the line there? Somebody's going to take a seat.
I don't think it's two separate. I think both of them saw the same, but I could be wrong. I think we only have one kneeler.
Yeah, it looks like 29 is going to take a knee there.
So, Tony, you were talking about, the must score. I mean, now with a man up, you're right. This is non-negotiable. This is a must score here opportunity for the Sharks. 4:42 left in the game. And clinging here to a 2-goal lead.
We've got a ton of firepower on the field. Carter Gregory bringing it in. Over to A.J. Jackson Hyman's out there. Ian Long. MJ Magic is in front. I can't see who's on the other side there. The trigger, of course. Jackson Hyman has got a little room. They're going to push it around. Somebody just got leveled in front. That's MJ picking himself up the turf. There's a point-blank shot. Goalie can't see it. He finally corrals it.
Goalie made a great save on the edge of the net there.
MJ is pushing this fella out. That's Penyon. MJ sacrifices himself. Goaltender. Now we've got a long pole down there. Pregame. And there's a timeout by the Bears, a well-called timeout because
he knew his pole was pinned down there in the corner. And
Land Sharks got to tighten up. 2-goal game here, 4:04 to play. This thing's a long way from done. And the Bears are smelling upset. Well, I guess it's not an upset for them. They were favored in the game.
Well, I mean, they're definitely smelling rally here, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely smelling rally.
They've played with a different pace this second half, for sure. I mean, if you look at this, we're 4 minutes from the end of the game here, and Oceanside's only put 1 on the board this whole second half. So, as of now, winning the second half goes to this Cambridge Bears team. But hopefully Oceanside can kind of calm things down here and close this game out here with 4 minutes, 4 seconds left.
Yeah, Tom Harris over there trying to tell the boys. You got to imagine. I see Alex Rode talking to your boy. Of course, Alex is a valuable part of our coaching staff. He's got a day job, and two-time All-American, Final Four national champion MVP for Virginia. Couldn't have a better resource to coach our goaltenders. We've got Joey Boylston on the staff from Utah, recently graduated. He also has a real job, so he's a game day coach. He doesn't participate on a daily basis. But we've got certainly a ton of talent. Clark Seaton over there he's a mainstay of our program, along with Tom. Been around with us for a long time. So the coaches are rallying the boys. Say, all right, let's salt this thing away. We've got to come up, play defense here. They've obviously we're still man up. They got somebody on the bench. Peanut doing everything he can do, harassing Michael Guy to get that ball. And Guy doing a good job evading it.
Oh,
Silas Gillum actually gets in the way.
Yeah, Silas cut off Peanut, and I think Peanut's saying, "Silas, let me do my work here, buddy."
Yeah. He just literally shoved him out of the way.
Yeah.
He said, "Look, you got to stay." I mean, the last person you want to be in the way of is Peanut Seaton.
Yeah, because I don't think he cares what jersey you're wearing. If you're in his way, he's going to move you.
Yeah, you are likely going to be picking yourself up off the turf.
Now, I'm not sure what happened here, Tony, but this is going to be Oceanside ball, and the Cambridge faithful behind us are not happy about it.
This is an important clear here. Back and forth to Gavin. Gavin running out. He's got to be careful there. He rolls it back to Thomas. Interesting play there. Thomas going long. He launches it out of the end zone. That's over the fence and into the trees and off the Faison Road. So A.J. hustling off after a long shift.
I think you're happy to see us out of trouble there, but certainly not the kind of clean play we expect from these
Silas Gillum comes up with the ball, pushes it off to Ian. Now we're burning clock, holding on to it, and the press is on. They are absolutely harassing Ian over there. That's Nash Turner, not a number that I've called yet tonight.
Yeah, 3 minutes, a lot of time to burn here, Tony, and these guys don't look like they're taking their foot off the gas on defense.
A.J. back on the field. Carter Gregory over here with the ball. Him and MJ giving some hand signals to one another, looking for somewhere to go with it. AJ's wide open under the light stand, standing on top with Ian over there. He's quickly corralled by 23, Grant Ward. Grant has good coverage on him. I see here one of his family members behind me. Now, under 2 minutes, we got to stay in the box, right, Coach?
Once we hit 2 minutes, we'll have to keep it in as the team in the lead here.
So Carter Gregory behind the net, looking for somewhere to go with it. He just never stops running. A well-conditioned athlete, Carter is. He always seems to have the gas when he needs the gas. And number 20, he loops it over to AJ. AJ to Jackson. Jackson with a big rip off the goaltender. Goes right to Ian Long. Sharks maintain possession under 2 minutes. Got to stay in the box. Jackson looking for another one. He'd be looking for number 5 if he gets home with it. AJ gets some room.
Nice step there by AJ.
He makes a good step. He's running around. He's got the clock on his side. Tick, 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 tick.
Clock never ticks so slow as when you're wanting to kill it. That's for sure.
Oh, dear God. So there's a big slash on MJ back there. So MJ's taking some hits tonight.
Yeah, MJ's buddy Ridge was checking in online. He wanted a shout-out. So Ridge is thinking about you out there, MJ.
Jackson, I thought he was going to pull the trigger on that. I can't see the good angle from where we are, so you obviously saw something he didn't like. No reason to take a shot. They can just keep the ball.
We're ticking ever closer to a minute here, but, boy, it feels like it's taking an eternity.
The trigger can't help himself. He's got to push one, hence the name. Never has a nickname come to me so easily as tight as the trigger.
You popped that one out pretty quick.
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
for sure,
that was
Tom.
game 1. He became the trigger. Now, there's a timeout.
Yeah, that's a timeout, and, that's probably well taken. MJ was kind of off balance there, and he had a pole kind of almost wrapped around him. So nice job by Tom or whatever coach that was, to make that call and freeze things up here with 1:06 left.
All right. Well, I'm feeling better than I did when it was 5 minutes left.
Still don't feel good, though.
I'm still a little.
A 1:06 can be an eternity out here.
You know, I'm pacing around in our little perch over here at the 50-yard line up against the stand, and I'm clinched.
Yeah, you can't go too far with these tethers around us.
Yeah, I feel like a Labrador here with the leash on me in the backyard on a zip line, and I keep pacing around Angie, just trying to kill the clock after,
she looks like you're making her nervous back there.
No. She knows better. It's nothing but love there. We'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors since you have it up. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to have a shout out to Cole's dad. And you have to forgive me because I don't know his name. He's Cole's dad. Okay, but Cole's dad is in the Coast Guard Reserve, and he is getting ready to deploy for a month to the Philippines for joint maneuvers with the Marines and the Navy and doing what they do. So please forgive me with the names, but thank you for your service to all of our armed forces. It's a dangerous world out there, and people like you that protect us and make sure that we're safe. We couldn't be more grateful as a nation. So thank you for that, and thank you for letting us take care of your boy. He will be listening to all the games.
I was just going to say, that's why I love that we do this, because it gives parents that travel or what have the opportunity to see their kids.
There was a feed inside on a wide-open net.
And that's going to be out of the box, and unfortunately, AJ really didn't have a choice there. It's where the ball was going. He had to go with it.
Yeah, he couldn't really do anything about it. So 55 seconds left, and here come the Bears. And we were promptly going to – I thought they were going to throw it away. There's a drive-in off the post. Gavin gets a best friend.
Yeah, Gavin's best buddy reared his head there.
CJ getting a hernia to come up with the possession. Andy Jones will inbound it with 45 seconds to kill.
We need to get some short sticks on the field to get this ball up.
All right. I'm starting to feel better. 38, 39, 39, 37.
Wow, what a catch there almost.
CJ almost had it. And we haven't gotten a touch yet, to my knowledge. So there he flips one over. It gets to Ian. There's MJ. So we're in the box. Now we got to stay in the box.
Everyone at home, 20 seconds.
20, 19. Everybody. Oh, MJ gets mauled.
I have no idea how he got through that.
There's a late penalty, but it's not going to matter. They're just hacking away at him like Paul Bunyan. Good Lord. And MJ just keeps flipping it. Look at the little flip underhand. He flips it over to Carter, and that's the game, and we are winners. Land Sharks, Yahtzee.
Whew. That was a game, Tone.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Well, listen, boy, the boys needed that.
Yeah, you got to love the response. I mean, you come out and get your rear end handed to you last night, and to respond like this, I think as parents we're proud, as fans we're proud, and these boys should be proud of themselves. This is a Cambridge team that, like you said, comes out of Metro Atlanta, plays in a competitive conference, and was kind enough to come here and compete with us. And Oceanside putting up a good 10-8 win on the board tonight, and bouncing back from a drubbing yesterday. Scoreboard's already shut down. They're kicking everybody out here already.
Yeah, well, it's a Saturday night, and Renicki's over there, and the school staff, they're going to want to get squared away.
These guys online, we love all the comments. Thanks everybody. It makes it gives us some stuff to chat about here. We appreciate it. Keep giving us a follow and watching our games. Keep in mind, we're just two bums over here having fun with this, wanting to bring games to people everywhere, including parents, grandparents, whatever it might be. And we love doing this for our boys and for this Oceanside program.
I want to shout out to my Aunt Marie Zarzaka up in Media, PA. Well, actually, she's in Malvern now, I think is where she's living. But I spoke to her today, 90 years young.
God bless her.
And she'll smack me for saying that. She's going to come visit here in the next month or so. But, lives and dies by, follows all of AJ's stuff and Isabella and all of our kids' stuff. Her granddaughter recently got engaged, and she's got a ton to be happy about it. But I spoke to her today. I told her I would say, hey, so thanks for listening in, Aunt Marie. She said she watches them all. So great to have her. Thrilled for our boys. Our next game, quiet week next week. You and I have a very light load.
I mean, is it really one game during the week next week?
Yeah, we play Porter on Tuesday here, so we'll be back at the Reef against Porter. Always a spirited rivalry. The last time Porter Goud came here, things got ugly, both outside the fence and inside the fence.
And Porter just put a win up against Hilton Head, so it's I'm sure they're coming off some momentum from that game, and I would expect as you said, a good little rivalry fest here on Tuesday.
Yeah, now we're back to, kind of a local, regional schedule from here, and then we'll make our Florida trip, and then, there's a spring break somewhere in there. I forget where, and there's prom all those types of things. So going to be a little bit of a spotty schedule, but that's it from the Reef tonight. Thank you to Christina Brown, Principal Brown, Athletic Director Mark Meyer, Brooks Barano, the training staff, Katie Niemeyer, Savannah Metz, and the whole training staff to keep our boys healthy. Really appreciate everybody. And that's going to be it from the Reef tonight. For my good friend Chris Harrison to my right, Angie's already kind of checked out. She's breaking things down. Thanks for listening in, and we'll talk to you Tuesday night.
Have a great
night,
everyone.